Good afternoon. It's a perfect day for a run. I'm out here. Everybody else is out. Thursday, Holy Thursday, so 2 days off of work. Got Monday and Friday off for the holiday. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm listening to this Dr. Scherfenberger interview. Good stuff. If you're not willing to listen to 100-year-olds, why would you ever want to become one? What does he do? Vegetarian diet, gardens for exercise, 2 meals a day. Yeah, so today, out running by feel again. It's just nice to be outside after a day of work. I got lessons later to give, but I have a little bit of time in between, especially since my wife's home, to watch my son. So today I'm going to talk about how I fixed Facebook. I saw Rich Roll on his podcast is talking about doing less social media. That's definitely a helpful thing. I definitely recommended that in my published writings, going back pretty far. I tend to feel my less than optimistic outlook on social media may have cost me some interviews for jobs as a music education professor. Maybe not though, you never know. Definitely got called a Luddite. I decided to take that mantle on because knowing the history of the Luddites and what those folk did to make sure jobs were sustainable in their communities and weren't polluting their rivers and stuff as the factory started. You know, important work. Not being so technologically optimistic. My philosophical granddad, meaning my philosophy teacher, Madhu Prakash, her philosophy mentor was Ivan Illich, of course, who is so famous for being technologically skeptical. Actually, his idea of convivial tools, I wouldn't call skeptical so much as giving you a set of measurements by which to judge whether you should adopt a certain technology or not. You know, whereas technological optimism just accepts everything, right? You know how it's like. You got Facebook and Twitter, and you got YouTube, and you got everything else, right? And you have them all. That's not sustainable, is it? We can't do everything. Just like we don't want to drive everywhere. Our legs are meant to move us around. Bicycles are on the front of Ivan Illich's famed book, Tools for Conviviality, right? Because a bicycle is considered a very convivial tool. Non-polluting. People can move at a pace where they still talk to their neighbors, live together, love together, could look at each other's eyes, tell when people aren't doing well, talk and really get to know people. Yeah, important stuff. Here I'm crossing the Strode here in the middle of State College, Atherton Street, which is too big to be a road. Too big to be a street, you know, but still has crossing, so it's not quite a highway. Yeah, so some technologies we should adopt, some we should not. So one of the ways I fix Facebook is by doing Facebook and not other social media. I do YouTube and Facebook. I don't do Instagram. I don't do, right, even though it's connected with Facebook, right? I may even have a account, but I don't bother enough to go onto it to put anything on there, right? Twitter, I've never done Twitter. Even professional ones, right? That are often useless for getting jobs. You know, I don't bother with them. Nobody's surfing those to try to find employees. Not in my experience anyway. Yeah, so Yeah, bicyclists come by is very convivial. Facebook can be convivial too, but you have to be pretty strict with yourself. What do I mean by that? Your friend posts something about politics, something you like or something you dislike. You cannot comment, you cannot like, you cannot do anything with that. Just scroll on by it. Every single time something political comes up, scroll on by. If in your history you had liked or commented on anything political by any friend, you have to go through and delete those. So this is like Wikipedia, which has really great information on medicine, great information on music, terrible information on politics. Because politics is very divisive. You have to step away from it if you want to live and conserve yourself, conserve your community and your sanity and your health. So, simple trick to fix Facebook. I fixed Facebook. I remember 5 years ago, all my Facebook feed was basically just political stuff making me anxious. Easy solve, but it requires some discipline. So what does all that have to do with running? Well, it's just part of convivial life. I'm out here running. People are going by me on cars, bicycles, right? Maybe they say hi, maybe they don't, right? But we're humans, we gotta live together. And running's one part of it. And not letting yourself become psychologically damaged by social media is another part of it. Now YouTube, especially RunTube, I guess I would call it, running YouTube, especially the smaller channels, amateur RunTube, where people are doing what I'm doing, is vlogging their development, their races, their workouts. Boy, this is the most positive expression of social media, which is why I wouldn't dump social media altogether. People supporting each other, getting to know people, really becoming invested in their success, supporting them through injuries, commenting on their community pages, commenting on their videos. So positive. In contrast, if I had been a triathlete, maybe I wouldn't do YouTube, because I've seen the comments that are on some of those triathlete pages, you know, very negative, very inhuman, things you would never say to somebody in face to face. I don't know. Maybe they would. Maybe it's just my privilege as a 6'2", 270-pound man that people don't say mean stuff to my face, you know. But definitely things that in my experience, I would never say to some people's face. You hear people say that kind of stuff on triathlon tube videos, whereas RunTube is such a positive, uplifting place, especially even for slower runners like me. So, question of the day: how do you fix social media? How do you make it work for you in your life? So why not just give up Facebook, right? For me, it's the memories. Every day you click on it, there, see my memories. And I have photos there going back to 2008. I mean, that's 15 years of life that it reminds me of. Cars are big, and heavy and fast. Inhuman weapons. So I'll be extra careful here.